Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. Today we have a very funny comedian, Tim Wolfe. Tim Wolfe comes from Youngstown, Ohio. Kelly Pavlik, the boxer, is from there. He also heckles people at a comedy club there. Anyways, he's coming back to Chicago. I didn't know he was in town. He was. So we talk about his DMT experience because the night before he smoked DMT. I did it too, like a week before this. We talk about the aliens that he met on DMT, and we'll get into that. But we talk about some bad heckler stories. The time he flew to Chicago for an interview, how I almost went to California the other day for a cheeseburger. A screenplay that got optioned in Hollywood he talks about. And his ex-girlfriend who got pregnant with her ex that he was... That's a cool story. Anyways, check out James Webb, People of Comedy Studio, or record. If you, please like, subscribe, tell a friend about the podcast. If you do reviews, I'll read them. DM me for stickers. Okay, Lobo Den. Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. Today we have Tim Wolfe. What's up, Tim?
Not much, Giovanni.
Not much. Good. I didn't even know you were... How long have you been in Chicago?
Since Tuesday.
Today is Friday, right?
So
Friday
yeah,
here.
this is my third day.
This is his third day, and you're going back... Is it Cleveland? Is it Cincinnati?
No, it's not that cool. It's Youngstown, Ohio.
Youngstown. Oh, you know, that's where the boxer's from, right?
Yeah, Boom Boom Mancini.
No, the other one, right?
Ed O'Neill.
The other one. Ed O'Neill's, isn't that the guy from Married with Children?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Al Bundy.
Al Bundy, right? Oh, there's another
there.
Bundy. I forgot his name, but he used to box.
Oh, Kelly Pavlik.
Yes, Kelly Pavlik.
Yeah.
He was on Rogan's podcast.
He used to heckle at a comedy shows in Youngstown. He would get drunk and heckle at comedy shows, yeah. That's his career now. He's a professional heckler.
Because he still lives in Youngstown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he messed up his whole career, but I mean, he was on top for a little bit at least.
I forgot what he talked about on Rogan, what happened with his career, and I forgot. So I don't want to bring that up. So what brings you to Chicago? Look, this is what happened. I didn't know you were. I saw you. I was like, is that Tim? I was like, is that Tim Wolfe? And I was like, you. So I DM'd you immediately. And
Did you see me at Tapster?
No.
Where'd you see me?
I saw you in the background of B's story, and I was like, and I saw your face, and I was like at my house, and I was like, wait a second, because we just smoked. I just smoked DMT with her. You just smoked DMT.
I just smoked DMT.
We'll get with
her.
that in a second. I just smoked. So Wednesday I was here recording with Joe Fernandez, right?
Yeah,
good looking dude, but body dysmorphia, thinks he's unattractive. Do you think he's attractive?
He's the hottest guy in Chicago.
So hot, right? Do you know Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who?
Joe Fernandez.
No, I don't think I know Joe Fernandez.
I was here, then I left, went to B's to go smoke DMT twice, right? I smoked nothing, dude. Nothing for me.
Nothing
did it hit for you? We'll get in a second, but
okay.
did you
yes.
Not twice, right? I smoked the first time. It was just like, oh, look, it's kind of melty. The room is melted, whatever. Nothing. Wait, go back. Oh, there's Joe. Hey, look, you think he's attractive or not?
Oh.
You got the same one up there.
Yeah, he's all right.
Not bad. Tell him he's fat. He won't eat for 3 days.
He's no Anthony Jeselnik, but he's...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can't compare to those solid white looks that Jeselnik has. So, smoked, nothing. Smoked again, nothing. B smoked, came back crying, of course. She was gone. And then recorded again, then recorded her podcast, and then it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was going to go home. It was cool. I started playing music, Not in the Club by 50 Cent. Was driving, hit traffic, didn't get home till I think like 3:30. There was like standstill traffic. I live in the suburbs. And then that's when I was DMing with this girl that I met on Tinder who's like 21. And then we're talking about drugs and things like that and eating booty or something. She's like, you eat booty? And I was like, yeah, of course. I'm a Taurus. Like, obviously. And then yesterday, I bought Molly after work. And I sent a picture of the Molly to her, and I've got nothing, no response. So, but it doesn't matter. I got to work tomorrow, so I can't try to fuck anybody anyway. So, how's your time in Chicago been? Why'd you come to Chicago? If you have any questions for me, go right ahead. Yeah.
No, I came here to look for an apartment because we wanted to move back.
Oh, you're coming back?
My friends and I, yeah.
You lived with a taller guy, right? You guys did videos together?
I lived with Al Spencer.
There we go,
Al
Spencer.
Hemphill.
Do you still live with him?
No,
horrible falling out or
no. I had to go back to Ohio because I ran out of money and my dad was sick, so I was like, I better go back because of both of those things.
Okay.
And then so I went back, and now that he's kind of like better, I'm like, I don't want to be in Ohio anymore, so I'd rather just come back to Chicago.
What'd your dad have?
He has cancer.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like
one?
curable, but it's in remission. It's multiple myeloma.
I don't know that.
Roy Scheider died of it, the guy from Jaws.
What's multiple myeloma? Which one?
It's in your spine. It's like a bone thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, he's doing better.
Okay.
It's like in remission, but you can't cure it. But he's doing all right. So I figure we were gonna go to L.A., but then everybody told me.
No,
yeah, exactly.
wow.
Everybody told me don't go to L.A.
LA. I say this constantly on the podcast. LA's a shithole, dude. Like, did you see Brian Renban? He just tweeted about LA. Did you see his picture
I'll
tweet?
pull it up. Hold on.
It was what are the picture tweets called? Or is it a tweet? Instagram post? I don't know, dude.
Photograph?
Memes?
Memes are both memes have jokes in them, but he's gonna pull it up right now. But look, like LA.
It's just a picture of
if people
the
don't
Hollywood
know,
sign on fire.
You got one right there, Tim, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm dumb. That's right there.
Okay, I'm going to... Brian, for the listeners that don't know, Brian Redband, he and Joe Rogan started the podcast. I'll read it. When I first moved to Los Angeles, everyone would say it's called the Sunshine Tax. Now it's called the drug addict homeless chasing your car with their own poop and a knife tax, which is, if you've been to LA or San Francisco, it's a shithole, right?
Oh, yeah, I've been to San Francisco.
Yeah, like, the feces and the drug addicts and things like that.
Yeah, well, I saw somebody, we were on the tour bus, and I saw somebody shooting up on the street in San Francisco.
You see people shooting
up? And the
up?
driver was just like, all right, to the left, because they were trying to get us to stop looking at the right.
But from what I hear, that's pretty normal. You see people shooting up and shitting up the street, like just squatting and shitting on the street. So,
Oh yeah, I saw a guy pissing and yelling at his own dick. I don't know what that was about.
I wonder what the argument was about, right? Like, I've yelled at my own dick, but that's when I can't get it up, right? I mean, I don't say it out loud. I want the girl to hear, but it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Why? I'm more yelling at myself for doing too much coke. Usually, that's a problem. You don't do drugs, right?
No.
Like, not counting DMT and those like cool drugs.
I went from weed to just DMT.
Weed to DMT.
Yeah, there was no acid or anything. I did mushrooms a couple times, but the DMT was the easily the heaviest thing I ever did.
James, have you done DMT?
It's like the one thing I haven't done that's psychedelic that I want to try.
I gotta get some. I should have asked it for some and taken home and smoked it by myself. Maybe that's why I didn't hit. So, how was your DMT experience? So you just hit DMT today or yesterday?
Yes, last night. Yeah.
Okay, so how was that?
It was incredible.
It was
amazing.
Did you see Alex Jones? Who was over there?
I saw Alex Jones. There were gay frogs everywhere.
They were gay.
No, it was. I hit it and then the first time I hit it, there was like a loud beep in my ears.
Yeah, the horns or
and
whatever.
And then the second time I hit it, the whole room started vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't go anywhere the first time, but everything went black, and I saw all these different colored lights. And it was like I was floating down this lazy river of lights.
Okay.
And I was just laying there. It was so incredible. But I was like, I feel like if I hit it harder, I could go even farther. So I waited like 20 minutes afterwards.
You got to wait because some
whatever.
Because your receptors, whatever, I don't know. Okay, so you got to wait.
I waited, and I did the second time. And then that was super crazy because I got stuck in this time loop where I kept like looking over at B, and then I would try to stand up, but I wouldn't be able to. And then but it wasn't really her. It was like a shell of her. It wasn't like her. It was like a shell of who she was. And I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that it kept repeating over and over again. And she had told me the last time she did DMT, it lasted 7 years. And so in my mind, I was like, well, this is day one of fucking 7 years of this fucking time loop. Mm-hmm. And luckily it wasn't. I went through there. I fell through the floor of her apartment. Uh-huh. And I was in this green room, and I didn't see any aliens, but I could hear voices in the background. It's like, yes. I could hear it.
Yes.
And it felt like I was floating in this like nebula, like a membrane sort of thing. It was all jelly and
insane, got no brain.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know what the aliens were saying. They were probably like, why is this guy with a Heisenberg t-shirt?
Okay.
In the fucking alternate universe. I don't know, because I had a Breaking Bad t-shirt on. It's not a good attire.
Heisenberg is a character for the guy.
For Breaking Bad, yeah.
What's his name? He's a good
Walter
actor.
White, yeah. Well, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, right.
So I was in this room with the aliens, and then I came back, and it was like I was laughing and like kind of tearing up at the same time. It was pretty crazy.
Tearing, I love it. Okay.
I never had an experience like that before. It was insane.
Okay. Where's your head now after coming out and seeing did you want to go back?
I did. The first time I did, and then the second time when I saw the aliens, I was really cool inside of it, but when I got out of it, it was like, oh, I'm glad I'm not experiencing that right now, but I would really like to do it again. I just might want to take a while.
But to the listeners, what I like about DMT is it lasts a few minutes, right? And like I think by 7 minutes you're done completely.
Yeah,
really 7 minutes.
The whole thing's 7 minutes.
It's about 7 minutes. Well, when B did, I timed her, or I have with this Casio watch I got on Amazon. Because she was sitting next to me. She's over there. She's like, "I'm so sorry," and I was like, "Oh, okay." But this is, but I knew it was gonna be fine, right? It's not like when me and her did mushrooms. That lasted hours, and she was not having a good trip, and I was just there.
Oh, you didn't do it? You were just there?
We both did.
Oh, okay. So you had a good trip, and she didn't?
Yes. But I couldn't leave.
Because she was having a bad trip?
Well, because I was still...
Because you were tripping?
Yeah, and I live 50 minutes away in the suburbs, and during COVID, more quarantine-ish, so I'd be the only guy on the road.
Yeah.
And I might have had, like, either drugs or a bunch of money on me. I don't know. But, like, whatever I had is illegal. So if I got pulled over, whatever I had would be illegal. So I'd be, like, on Lake... Knowing my luck, I'd get pulled over in Lake Forest, which is a nicer suburb out here, and then... I wouldn't get arrested, though. I'd get away with it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so then I was just... So this one, it went away, and then she was... done, and then I was just, I don't know, I was just not mad, but I was like, I don't know, looking back, oh look, I like that tweet. Follow Lobo 9110 or Twitter or Instagram Twitter tweet. I don't know what they're called, but follow me at Lobo 9110. I'm looking at myself on Instagram. But so, are you a different person now after you're doing DMT, or?
I honestly feel kind of like.
Where were you at before?
It was like it's like an existential reset, is how I've described it to myself. Is that it's not like I am less anxious about things, but I know, like, I feel like I know what happens when you die now.
Okay.
Because that's what they say happens, because DMT's in your body and then it releases when you die or something like that.
Yeah, like DMT's ever in your body.
I don't know how true that is, but it definitely, if that is the afterlife, I'll be fine. I'll be fine because it's just, I wasn't scared at all.
Okay.
The scariest part was just letting go of it. Like in the initial stage when everything's shaking and it's like a rocket ship about to take off where it's vibrating and you can't even see, like your field of vision is just vibrating.
You don't have the DMT on you, right? We could smoke?
No, I wish I did.
Damn it, dude.
I wish I did.
I'd do it right now.
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it. And I want to do it again, but I know if I keep rolling the dice, the aliens are just gonna be like, "No, we're gonna fucking, you're done. We're fucking."
Oh, look, they didn't let me. They didn't even let twice. They didn't let me in.
It's a Neil Diamond concert for 10 years is what we're gonna do.
But it feels like, yeah. But me, I was just there. I was in the room, and I was like, really, like it reminded me when I was a child. I don't know if you're into the supernatural.
Yeah, I watched X-Files.
I did. Yeah, she's hot, right? Redhead. Oof.
Yeah.
But. Scully, right? Scully was it? Why didn't they fuck?
Yeah, Gillian Anderson.
They did.
They did finally fuck?
Not in real life.
Oh, in the movie, though, right?
No, they had a kid together in the show.
Oh, that whore.
It could have been an alien kid, too. It's up in the air.
You never know. But I used to watch that. I used to watch Titans. I used to... Did you ever go to Bachelor's Grove? It's Bachelor's Grove. It's in Midlothian, Illinois. It's a cemetery, right? And I would go with my friends at night, and you'd walk the cemetery, and then you take pictures. And when the pictures would come out, there'd be all these orbs and things like that. When you were there, nothing would happen. But I'd look for all these places. Like there was a place by me that allegedly there's supposed to be a car that parks and drives away. So I always try to find these spots. I was like obsessed with it for like a few years. And then I don't know. And then I probably started getting laid or something. But before that, I was really into the supernatural. Goat Boy. Remember Goat? Anybody know? Was it not Goat Boy? That's the character from SNL.
It's Jim Brewer. Yeah.
That's Jim Brewer. No, I'm thinking of. He's a Christian now, right? I think he is.
Is he?
Is he? Are you religious?
No.
No. Well, you used to be. What about your parents? Did you feel closer to God?
I had
when
my dad got cancer the first time. This is the running theme. He's had cancer a couple times, but the first time he had it, we went to this church where they do the Holy Ghost thing, and I was like,
"What's the Holy Ghost thing?"
Where they put their hand on your head and they're like, "We're healing you."
Oh, those like
all that that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this long line of people, and they would just like get up there and like they would start shaking when the priest touched their head. Mm-hmm. And my dad got up there and he started shaking. His eyes like went back in his head. And then I remember we left. And I was like, "That was bullshit, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I just didn't want to be the only one who didn't have a seizure." What am I gonna do? Be the only one who doesn't shake around when he touches my head?
Your dad seems like he seems like a cool dude. I like your dad.
Yeah, he couldn't lie about it. I knew he was faking it.
And then what about your mom? Is she still around?
Yeah, she's around. She's She's she
Are they supportive of your comedy career? Have they seen?
They would rather that I probably do something else, but they know at this point that it's probably slim to none chance I'll be able to do anything else.
Like, what else would they want you to do?
I don't
have they
know.
brought up suggestions like, oh, what's her name has a place here, maybe you could work?
I don't know. I
her.
think my mom wanted me to be an architect when I was a kid.
George Costanza.
But like I can't draw stick figures. No.
Did she want to be an architect and try to like?
No, she didn't. I don't know what she wanted to be.
What did she do? What did she do?
She worked at this mill for a little bit, but then my dad worked at a steel mill where he was making decent money, so she quit her job, and then just my dad worked at the steel mill for 40 years. And that's how he got his cancer, was from the smoke from the steel mill. So
okay. Can he sue?
Yeah, he's got like an asbestos claim. He gets like a check. They're like, sorry about the asbestos. Here's like 48 cents every month.
Oh wow,
shit
that's
like
it.
that. Nah, this is like something small.
Something
like that.
small, right? Like
not like that. But it's not like anything crazy that he gets. But it's some money.
We met at Navigator. We used to host an open mic together.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Did you do stand up when you were here? You did.
Oh, I did Tapster yesterday.
How did that go?
It was actually pretty good. It was the first time I've done comedy in Chicago in like a year and a half. So
what have you been doing in Youngstown? What's going on over there?
I do there's a funny farm there that I do, but other than that, it's just bar shows that people don't care about. And I mean, it's not Cleveland. Like if I was doing Cleveland, might be doing better.
How far are you from Cleveland?
It's like an hour and a half from me.
Where? Because I don't know Ohio that well, but I know there's Ohio State.
That's in Columbus. Yeah, that's like 3 hours from me.
Okay.
Nobody likes my jokes in Columbus. I've done Columbus comedy like 3 times, and they just stare at me like
what
I'm
are
an
those
asshole.
crowds like?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just I just know they've never liked me.
Okay.
And I don't want to ask. What am I gonna do? Just be like, why don't you like me, Columbus? I just gotta accept it, and move on.
Yeah. I wanted to go. I'm thinking. Where's Akron at?
Akron's like 45 minutes. I do Akron, and like there's a.
That's where LeBron
city.
James is from, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't met LeBron yet.
Do you like him? Do you like LeBron?
Yeah, I like LeBron.
James Webb?
Fuck no, MJ's the GOAT, dude.
Okay, yeah, I don't like LeBron either.
You don't like LeBron? Why?
No, I don't know. I just don't. I don't. Does it look like I work? Okay, if you saw me like at a Target, fuck LeBron. I don't want to talk. I don't even want to.
All right, we won't even give LeBron the time of day.
I respect. He seems like a good dad, right?
You don't like when he does the powder? Well, where he does the powder thing, where he smacks the powder before games. That's cool.
I thought that was what's his name, Triple H, who did that. Or no, he sprays the water into the air. But no, I'm just not. I have different reasons. I won't get into LeBron right now. But does it look like I work? This has been happening to me lately. I've been going to stores, and do people go up to me at stores? Are you working? Or you been quarantining?
I work at a peanut brittle factory.
Oh, peanut brittle, really?
Yeah.
How's that like? So what's your job on the line? You're on the line?
Yeah, I just pick up boxes and put them on a pallet. Pick up boxes and put them on a pallet for 8 hours.
Are you socializing with there? Are there any women there? Have you slept with anybody at the factory? Are there a lot of immigrants, like Hondurans or Mexicans? I know a lot of people who work in factories, but they're brown.
There's a 70-year-old black guy there who's hysterical. We were going around telling her like arrest stories, like, "Have you been arrested before?" And I was like, "I got a DUI." And then somebody was
who
like,
got the DUI?
I did.
Okay.
And then somebody else was like, "I got drunk and disorderly." And then Henry the black dude, he was like, "I pistol whipped somebody."
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like we just laughed so hard. It was like he was kind of hesitant to tell us, but then he was like, "Fuck it, I pistol whipped somebody."
But he didn't go into further detail?
No, he didn't tell us. He just said he deserved it. And I'm inclined to agree with him because Henry's cool. And I'm just like, oh, you wouldn't pistol whip somebody if they didn't deserve it.
I don't think you've never hurt anybody physically. You haven't been in a fight, right?
No, I don't know how to
this
fight
guy
anybody.
Has, I feel. I think we talked about this. Aggressive, aggro. Wait, you listened to Limp Bizkit, right, when you were younger?
What?
Yeah, people that listen
Didn't
to Limp Bizkit
everybody?
beat the shit
Yeah,
out
I
of
did too,
everybody.
dude. I did
It was
too.
the
Get
90s,
naked.
bro. You
Wait,
had
not get
to.
naked. That's a guy with the big dick.
Get naked, break stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Is
of
the-
break stuff.
is the
Yeah.
Limp
I feel like I
Bizkit
have to
song.
defend myself here. I never bought a
I
Limp
did.
Bizkit CD.
I did. Giovanni Diaz bought a Limp Bizkit
I'm glad
CD.
we're differentiating
And I used to
our
read
preferences here.
because I liked the guitar player. He was interesting, and I would read his articles on the Guitar World.
90s were weird.
Yeah, they were a weird time. But you've never physically attacked anybody, right?
No. I got rushed on stage once, or almost. I almost got rushed on
Really,
stage.
like Jay Orkerson style? What happened? Where was this at? In Youngstown or over here?
Yeah, it was in Youngstown. I was doing an
Was
open
it
mic.
Kelly Pavlik?
I was doing an open mic, and I did a joke that somebody didn't like, and they tried to like attack me
What was
about
it? You don't have to tell me the joke. Do you remember what the premise of the joke is, or the thing that
I can
ticked
tell
him
you.
off?
I can tell you the joke.
Okay.
It was an open mic. You're allowed to bomb at an open mic. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's bombing. But it's like if you don't like the joke, just don't laugh. But they took it too personally. The joke was, I said I wish I had a friend that was into child pornography so I could get really accurate movie reviews. Because if you can sit through a child getting like molested for like an hour and you walked out of like Les Miserables halfway through, probably not a very good movie.
It's a funny joke.
And then some lady at the bar who'd been heckling everybody, not just me, she was heckling everybody. She just turned around and she was like, "Not funny." And I was like, well, some people have the balls to get up and do comedy while other people just sit there like a bitch and heckle. And then her husband turned around. He's like, "Why don't you tell a joke, pal?" And I was like, "Here's a joke. A really nice kid somewhere died today and you're still alive. That's pretty funny, isn't it?" And then he stood up and started like walking towards the stage, and they had to like take them out back on the patio and calm them down. And the funniest part of the whole thing was the comic that had to follow me. He was so hilarious. And after they took them out on the patio, he went up to do comedy, and he's like, Are they out on the patio? I don't want to offend them. Can I? All right. Okay. I fucked a mouse last night. And I just died laughing. Anybody could be offended by that.
Oh man, I fucked my couch once, but I was 12 years old with a Ziploc bag. Anyways, I feel I just talked about it somewhere. I don't know. Fucking my couch. But what was it? Where your worst shows have been? What is one of your worst shows? That wasn't your worst. That's a mic. What's one of your, is that
the worst show I ever did was probably the Funny Farm when I first was like, I think one of the first times I did it.
Akron? Not Akron.
And Youngstown, yeah. I bombed for like 15 straight minutes, and it was so bad. It was.
How much time were you
really
supposed
awkward.
to do? Was it supposed to be 15?
I was supposed to do 15, and then I probably only had like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So
and then I was doing stuff that I just thought of. Like I remember one part. This was a long time ago.
Okay.
And I did a joke. That this guy at the bar laughed really hard at. And I didn't know yet the people that the bars that laugh aren't the same people that go to the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just do this really like offensive joke, and it was something about like Heath Ledger died. Like if it was a really hacky joke. It was like if there's a God, how come Heath Ledger died? And I know what you're thinking. Like, what about Brittany Murphy? And it's like, all right, even a broken clock is right at least 2 times a day. and then so it was an anti Brittany Murphy joke, and there must have been a Brittany Murphy fan club in the crowd because this woman got really mad. And I was like, I'm sorry about that. I just don't like Brittany Murphy. and then I had no reason to dislike her. I just thought it was funny. And then they after that, they didn't give a shit what I had to say. They just stared at me, and I was sweating so bad, and it was awful.
No, mine was in Portage, Indiana. So basically, the owner of the bar started heckling all the comics because he was drunk. So this is the owner of the bar, right?
Yeah.
So he's on the side and he's heckling everybody. He's heckling. And then I think it was being hosted by this guy named Jordan Hart. Do you know Jordan Hart? Him and Tim Slagle got into a bit, and they blocked each other. Or Jordan Hart blocked Tim. Were you, remember that Facebook drama? Were you
when was this?
I don't know. I know maybe it was a few years ago, right? So he's over there heckling. He's heckling. Finally, like when I get on stage, I start kind of giving it back to the owner a little bit, right? And now, as I'm up there, the owner's friend is this big, like 6 foot. I don't know. He's wearing is it a Kango hat? It's one of those hats. This big. I don't know if he's Italian. This big dude. He comes up to me. And he's like, "Hey, look, I forgot the name of the owner, but he's like, look, if you say one more thing about Mike, I'm punching you in the face." And I was like, oh, and I remember I tell the rest of the audience, because there's this part of the room, they're paying attention, they want to listen, and they're like, and I tell them, look, I was like, hey, this guy just said if I say one more thing about Mike, he's gonna punch me in the face. So they all start yelling at him, the guy, because they're trying to watch the show. Because this part of the room, actually, most of the room was trying to watch the show. The only people that were interrupted was the owner heckling and the bartenders that kept fighting with the owner, and one of them quit somebody said I remember her screaming at the owner. She's like, "Fuck you," and then she walked out. So 2 bartenders quit. One of them came back. This is all during the show. But at the end of the night, Jordan went up to the owner, was like, "All right, we gotta get paid." So then I remember he got the money, and then I think the owner was just like, he was giving him the money. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I just been going through a lot." And then that was it. Yeah. But I told the guy, I was like, I told him, like, I was like, "Look, man," I was like, "You can." You can do whatever you want, but I'm finishing my time. But he never ended up punching me in the face, at least.
Did you talk about Mike again? Is that why he didn't punch you in the face? Or
I don't remember, but I remember like I told him like, look, man, I was like, I'm not getting off the stage, and like you're gonna have to punch me in the face if you're gonna want me to get you off.
It's a tough spot because when they say like, if you say Mike again, I'm gonna punch you in the face, and you're in front of a bunch of people, you feel obligated to say the Mike again just to not be a bitch about it.
Yeah, and it was like, and it was a smoking only bar or something. I remember there's a sign that said we're smoking only, so you can't smoke. Can you smoke in Youngstown in Ohio inside bars?
No. Oh wait, no. Yeah, you can't.
You can't even. So this place, everything was banned over here, smoking wise, but over there, everybody was still smoking. And I remember it was that one bar. Well, there was one bartender who was really hot, and I was trying to hit on her, but then she's one of the ones that quit and was cursing out Mike, the bartender. But then I was like, oh no. I was done, dude. So what? So you're making the move back to Chicago?
Yep, October 1st.
Oh, October
I'll be in Logan Square.
Oh, Logan Square, right. They used to be overrun by Puerto Ricans, but I think...
Overrun.
What's his name had a good... Do you guys know Puerto Ricans? Can you pull up Anthony Pettis' Instagram? He put up a funny tweet today. There's Joe Fernandez. So... There he is, Showtime Pettis. I just sent this to a few of my friends. There we go. You want to see? Oh, here we go. I'm gonna read Anthony Pettis. You want to see racists? Ask a Puerto Rican if they're Mexican. So I don't know. I just sent this to a bunch of friends. So what's the demographic in Youngstown? Black, white, no Hispanics, or
Mostly.
have we infiltrated yet, or?
I don't think I've ever seen a Hispanic in Youngstown.
No.
It's just blacks and whites, and then that's it.
Like Zion, Illinois.
Yeah, is that what Zion, Illinois is like?
Yeah, so I grew up in Waukegan, which is full of Mexicans, right?
Yeah.
And then town over, and then Waukegan, there's North Chicago, Black Town, Waukegan, Brown Town. And then Zion, the next town over, is religious black and white town. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like it was founded by really religious people. It's like a mini Utah. I don't know. It's founded by really religious people, and like the center of the town has a church in it, and then the roads are like in the shape of a cross. And if you get to the roads, Zion, if you go into that neighborhood, go into this main church in town, they all have biblical names like Ezekiel and...
That's scary. That's scary. That's
a lot
of...
Like, so if you never go to Zion, right, if you're driving, right, like you're heading and you start seeing these all, like Ezekiel. Are there other biblical names besides Ezekiel?
Moses.
He's not on there. Like all those E ones. I feel like there's a bunch. Enoch,
Jebediah,
probably Jebediah, Enoch, whatever. All heading into Zion.
Elon Musk.
But that's and then there's parts of it where it's like now there's a parts where there's some Mexicans, but then there's parts. Is Youngstown like a suburb? Because we're like it's
like a city. It used to be a city. Now it's I think a town. It's just like
it's
just not even
because the industry left, or what happened there?
Everything. I think since the 30s, it's been going downhill in Youngstown, but now it's pretty rough. They just have peanut brittle and bars.
Well, like the Midwest has bars, but not like if you go to LA, it doesn't have anything. So who convinced you to go to LA? Have you been out there? I almost went to LA today, actually. Today or tomorrow I was going to go to LA.
I've never been there at all. Like, I haven't even
second.
visited there.
No.
Have you visited LA?
I was born in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, and then I was supposed to. It used to be not too bad, but it's just gotten worse and worse.
Yeah, I've been trying to like write movies for years, and I always figured I would have to end up in LA if I wanted to. Do
you have any
that.
good movie ideas that we can?
Well, I optioned a script actually to a producer out there when I was living in Chicago in 2018.
What does option mean? I don't know.
This is where the producer gives you money to rent the script basically for a year.
Are you rich?
So you can't.
No.
Yeah. It was a $500 check, but it was still like the most I've ever been paid for writing, so it was cool. And also, I was an email away from the movie getting made and like $75,000, which would have been cool, but it never happened because some guy that did a Andy Griffith, Ashley Judd Hallmark movie in 1994 said the script was bad, and I was like, oh no, that's not good. I haven't seen the Andy Griffith like Ashley Judd Christmas movie, but if it's better than my script, I should probably rewrite it.
What was the movie about?
Yeah, it's a murder mystery about this guy. Like these detectives show up to the scene of a murder, and the killer gives them his name and his address, And then they show up at the guy's house, and he's like, I don't know why somebody would say that I'm the killer, like I'm not. So the whole movie is about whether or not the guy actually is the killer.
Okay.
Like whether the killer was giving them the real name and address just to fuck with them, or if it's somebody else.
What do you prefer writing as far as movies?
I like murder mysteries a lot. I grew up
Okay.
reading Agatha Christie books, which I loved. And so I've always wanted to write like a murder mystery, like a really good murder mystery, but I also like just.
How'd you get in contact with this Hollywood person, or how'd they get your script?
I was the finalist of a contest. Like I entered the script into a contest.
What was it? Was this like
it was final
local,
draft? No, it was a final draft. It was. It's not the biggest contest. I don't even know if it's in the top like 5, but it's definitely top 10 contest. And I was a finalist, and he read it from there, and he really liked it. But I think
Andy Griffith, the guy.
Yeah, well, no, the producer, he really liked it because I think he's the only one that believed in it, because the people he sent it to were just like, no, you need to read that again. Like, it's not. And I think that's what happened. Was I think people just kept telling him it wasn't good, so he probably decided not to do it. That might have been the last straw. His wife was probably like, you can't keep spending $500 on these shitty scripts. Like, you fucking, your kids aren't eating.
What'd you do with those $500?
I don't know. I should have framed the check and just not spent it, but
it's still $500. It's like it's your first dollar. Like,
yeah, but I could have taken $1 from it and framed it, but I probably spent it on rent. It was when I was in Chicago, so that's probably where the 500 went.
You had a joke where you came to Chicago. Well, this is the LA thing that happened. You came here for a job interview
at a sandwich shop.
Yeah, was that true?
Yeah.
Or so what was that?
I
story?
flew in for a job interview at a sandwich shop.
I'll tell you about LA in a second, but it's similar to this. But what happened with that? What was the sandwich shop?
It was Rosie's Sidekick in Logan.
So you flew in for a job?
Flew in. I had found them on I forget what website it was before I left Ohio, and I had the interview lined up around the time that we were supposed to move there. So I just when I flew in, I just went to the interview.
Okay.
And the joke was that it was like the saddest use of a plane since 9/11. Was like flying in for the interview, and I did that at Laugh Factory in Chicago once, and it was like a 50-50. Either they would really laugh hard at that, or they would just be silent. But
did you get the job?
I got the job, and then they fired me because I was too bad at making sandwiches. They were just like, you're too shitty at making sandwiches.
What did you fuck up, dude?
Huh?
Do you make sandwiches at home? Have you practiced?
That's just it. I was like made sandwiches for myself my whole life. I thought I was doing fine, but they said, no, you can't. I don't know what the problem was. Because people would,
people complain.
The problem was they would customize the sandwiches. They would be like, I want this. Like they would teach us how to make the sandwich, and then people would want different things on it. And I was so focused on making what I was taught that I wouldn't even put the shit that they asked for on it. So then I would have already made the sandwich, and I'm wrapping it up, and then I'm like, oh, jardinera, that would have been good on there. Like, I'm sorry that I just ruined your fucking sandwich. And they actually left. They let me work there for way longer than they had to. I was there for like 3 months. They should have fired me after at least 2 months.
Are you on the other side of that? So you're not. Let's say you go to a sandwich place. Would you? And you ordered something and they didn't get it how you want it. Are you the type of guy who would just let it go and eat it, or?
Yeah, I don't fuck with food people because I know that they have control over your food. And they'll probably like you take it back, and they're probably gonna spit in it or something like that. I
wonder what, James, do you turn psycho or no? Not psycho, but.
No, I'm pretty. Where am I? I'm gonna go psycho. No, I'm pretty chill now.
Oh, he's pretty chill. Okay,
I've learned to control it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know where I land, and it's not. Okay, this is maybe a bad habit I got from my Polish friend, right? It's not because he's Polish, but. But basically, I don't turn psycho, but I've gotten to this point. I don't know if you've gotten this. How old are you, Tim?
33.
You're 33. Okay, I'm 36 years old. So now, as I don't know if this happened to you, as I get older, I become less patient and more rude. No,
yeah, for sure.
Yes. Because now it's like I don't feel like I have the time to kind of argue with people or like.
Yeah, it's my patience has been eroding for like years.
Yeah, and I don't. I'll quote Adam Carolla had this quote, and I don't like doing this. He called it the circle. What is it? He was called the dance of the tards. I don't know. It was something like that. It was a quote he used to use, but I can't do it. So now if I go to a place, because usually when I'll eat at my house, I eat anything. Are you a picky eater? Or?
Not really. I used to be, but now that I'm getting like fatter, I just don't care anymore.
Is there certain things fatter? Oh, okay.
I'm not like fat, but I'm getting there. I gained 30 pounds since I left Chicago. So
really,
yeah.
How skinny were you? I don't remember. So now
I was like 150, and now I'm like 180.
So now like you're a normal man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I've eaten my way to normal, but it's gonna get worse from here. I know it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just eating
Do you
everything. I
breakfast?
wake up and just eat Reese cups now.
Okay.
Like
You have
that's
the-
all. I grab a Reese cup after like 5 seconds into the day and eat it.
So you have the diet of an NBA player.
I am terrible at every food decisions, but I'm not picky. So.
Do all NBA players? I feel like they all eat a lot of candy. Is this? I
Do
hear,
they?
When you watch the behind the scenes, I feel like I know Lamar Odom would eat like bags, and there's a bunch of NBA players who eat just a bunch of candy. The black players. Now I don't think the white dudes would do this.
Well, Marshawn Lynch had the Skittles, the football player.
Skittles too,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
All right. So maybe it's not just NBA, but I don't know. Like I'll go to a place and then they'll mess up my food. But now I don't know. I get in this in between like. So I don't want to complain about blue cheese again, but I get in this in between place where I might lose it. But anyways, this is why I was gonna go to LA. I'm not gonna get into that. I'll just get angry. I almost booked a flight yesterday for today or tomorrow to go to LA because when I smoked DMT after. Did you get hungry after you smoked? Or?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't have any physical effects of it other than
I was starving. I don't know. You know, this is a weird thing with me. I feel I don't know. DMT. Sometimes I'll do cocaine and then eat, but I know people don't really do cocaine and eat. Have you done cocaine?
I've never done coke.
Good. Please don't. So, like I'll get hungry and I want to eat, and I smoked DMT and I was starving, right? And I really wanted to get a cheeseburger, and I wanted to get an In-N-Out cheeseburger, and it was on my head. So then when I got home, and then it was in my.
So you booked a flight to LA
I was
just
about
to
to-
get an In-N-Out burger.
So I was driving home, and I was on the phone with a friend. And I had him check flights, just prices, and I was like, wait a second, I could fly there, and flights are pretty cheap right now, like $100 or something like that. And I could fly, take an Uber to the In-N-Out by the airport, go eat a cheeseburger, give myself a little time to digest the food, maybe take a shit, and then fly back. So I was this close to. And this is when I was about to do this. I was fasting or something. Then I went on my lunch break and I got food because I didn't eat for like 20 hours. And then I got the food and
you canceled your trip.
and I decided like I don't know what because it was more than money. It was like I was gonna be in the air for 9 hours taking a cheeseburger. I feel.
And then you eat on the plane, and then when you get there, you're not even hungry anymore.
Yeah. So I feel like this was a responsible time of a response. But then I started to rationalize it and be like, you know what, I can maybe get a lot of work done on the airplane. And things like that. Do you do things like this? Like
do what?
I don't know.
Work on planes?
Lie to yourself, rationalize things so you can and do things you're not supposed to do, but then start. But I didn't do it right. I didn't do it.
No, I don't. I'm not super spontaneous.
No, I don't think that's spontaneous. I just wanted a cheeseburger. But it's like, but think about it.
It's impulsive.
It's only like $100, right?
Yeah.
It's more the
but you
flight
getting
time.
COVID.
What'd you say?
You'll get COVID on the plane.
Oh, can you?
Oh wait, didn't you have it? You had it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're fine then for a while.
How does that work?
What?
After
You tell us. You had it.
I don't know. Hey, you know what's funny about it? I didn't realize I couldn't taste stuff. Right? It was a taste because at first I was like, nah, I don't, because I just felt regular. It would only affect me that much. But then, like a week later, do you know how Lay's has all these flavors of chips?
Yeah.
They have the ones that came out was like carnitas, carnitas tacos, Nashville hot chicken, and like 2 other flavors. And I bought all 4 bags. And then
And they're just like original to you.
And then people were asking me about the chips, and I was like, they suck. They're not good. And I was giving people all this bad feedback on them. And I remember because I ate them. I was like, oh, these aren't good. And I was like, I didn't lose my taste, I don't think. And I would have some other stuff, but they were stronger. It was mole. It was spicy stuff, and I had it. And I was like, all right, so I can still taste and smell. I can't smell anyways. I have a DVD septum. So then the next week I was just looking for something to snack on, and I go in the cabinet, and there's some chips there, and I eat. I was like, oh, I guess I'll finish some of these, and I was like, wait a second, these didn't taste like this before. So then I go and grab the other bag, and I was like, wait a second, I didn't have any of these flavors. So then I just lied to all these people and say they sucked. So they're not bad. So the people I told the pizza ones are good, and the Nashville ones are okay, and the carnitas ones are like, I don't know. I don't feel like I always have to try different stuff out. When you see the new chips, do you get the new chips and new Oreos? When I see them, I have to buy them and try them out.
I try them, but I stick to like the jalapeno Cheetos.
Oh, those aren't bad.
Yeah.
Those aren't bad.
Jalapeno Cheetos is like the DMT of snacks for me. Like once I had them, I was like, I don't know how I can go back to other things now.
I do the what is it? The Pringles sour cream on me. Do you outside of so your time consists of what? Writing, sort of doing comedy. What are you doing with your
doing
day?
comedy, and that's pretty much it.
Do you have hobbies outside of those?
No, I don't do anything.
Sports.
No, I mean I watch sports, but I don't.
Which sports do you like?
My favorite sport's baseball, but I understand it's really boring. I don't know. I always watch.
Is it the Indians? There's only one baseball team in Ohio?
It's not the Indians. It used to be the Indians, but then I became a Yankees fan.
Okay.
And
so you went to the dark side. What happened?
Like the Indians got rid of all my players after like '97, all my favorite players, and then I played this video game where you like a demo where you had to be the team that won the championship. And in 1998, the Yankees won, so I just played as the Yankees in this video game. And now they're
Is that the demo
team.
you just played over and over again?
I just played the demo over and over again as the Yankees, and then I just liked the Yankees after that. Because I was like, I was virtual Bernie Williams. That's cool.
Do you remember what game it was? There's one game.
Interplay baseball. Interplay baseball in 1999, I think.
Oh no, I had there was a triple play when I used to play. And
triple play was great. Yeah,
and I would just be Randy Johnson. I would just pick the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I would just play. I would just play Randy Johnson, and then fucking just throw 101 mile an hour fastballs at everybody. Did you play baseball at all?
I played when I was a kid.
You ever hit anybody? What'd you play? What was your position?
I was outfield.
Oh, okay.
I was right field, which is where they put the worst players.
Yeah, that's where they put the worst players.
Yeah. I was I would field a ball, and then it would bounce up into my mouth. And then I was as bad at baseball as I am at making sandwiches.
I missed in kickball before, but did you play kickball? Did you guys
played
play
kickball? Yeah. I was the kid that would be picked last, the cliched dude that was picked last.
I'd be in the last. I think I'd be in the last two or something like that.
Yeah.
And then did you hold a? Did it not bother you? You don't seem like you're bothered by stuff.
But no.
Do you have a grudge against any? No.
I'm past being upset by things. I've been upset by everything so much that it's just whatever.
Okay.
I'm kind of beaten down at this point.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay.
Fuck it. It's just. Yeah, I wish I had ambition for things, but I don't have that very much. But I do feel like I've been doing comedy for 8 years, so I should keep doing it. So that's one of the reasons I want to come back, is so that I can maybe start doing comedy again.
Yeah.
More consistently.
Just you just can't do it at parks.
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know, but there was some controversy here a few weeks ago where people were doing open mics at parks, and then there were certain comedians who were like, "You can't do that; that's irresponsible," or something like that.
Because they're getting people sick in the park. I
don't know, because they would distance and clean the mics and things like that. But some people, I don't know. Have you done any of those Zoom?
Oh
things?
yeah, I did a Zoom show.
You did more than one?
Weird. No, I did one. It was we went to a bowling alley. And it was empty. Me and the Youngstown.
But you actually went somewhere. You weren't just sitting in your room.
No, I did a podcast over Zoom, but I don't think I did stand up.
That's acceptable. I feel.
Yeah.
What was a Zoom? So
it was the Youngstown Comedy Syndicate is the name of the group of Youngstown, the comedy people, and we went to this bowling alley, and it was just us and the camera guy, no crowd, and we just did it over the internet, and it was. We had 35 people watching it, which isn't cool, but for an online show, that wasn't bad.
But you were actually in a physical place. You weren't sitting.
Yeah, we were physically at the bowling alley for no crowd and just doing it in front of a camera.
I just recently did a Zoom show. It was a roast show, right? Where this chick called me a fake Mexican Joe Rogan, and now with these fucking microphones, it was one of the roast things. But it felt I don't know. It felt weird. Everybody's too nice to each other, right? Everybody.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't know. I missed.
It's everyone has been alone for so long that they overcompensate, and then it feels creepy.
It does feel creepy, and one of the reasons I did it, I do a lot of. Do you do things for women?
What?
Do you do things in your life because of women?
Yeah.
Okay, I do too. So the last two times. I fucking so this Zoom show, right? This girl messaged me about doing it, and I was Puerto Rican, right? And I was and part of me, I was oh, I really couldn't do it that date. She told me because I work till 7 every day, and then I was she was 7:30, so I'd have to switch with somebody at work to take my shift, so I couldn't do it. So I was oh, maybe this date or something like that, and I said it very not. I don't know. I wasn't very strict. I can't think of the word. But
specific.
Specific, right? I was very general, broad. And then like a few days before, she's like, "Oh, you're still on for the 24th, right?" And I was like, "Oh shit! Like, did I commit to this?" I thought she was gonna message me again, and I'll be like, "Oh, I can't that day." Blah blah blah. I already had it in my head. I'm gonna say, "Oh, I can't take that day off," and I was like, "Oh, you're doing?" And I was like, "Fuck!" And I think I was working from home that week, so I was like, "Fuck, I could do it." But one of the main reasons I did do it because I thought the chick was attractive, even though I don't even want to sleep with her because I don't sleep with comedians. So then that's why I did that. But then the last time I did comedy was this Tuesday. Same thing happened. I went to this open mic by the suburbs, and then I wasn't gonna go up. I just went to like get out of the house. It's close by. I didn't have anything new, so I didn't feel like going up. And then there was a new comedian chick that was there, Mexican, right? And then she was sitting, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna leave soon, whatever." And she didn't leave. She was like, "Is she still gonna be here?" And I was like, "I gotta go up." So I put a set list. I just went up to try to impress her.
Did it work? Did you impress her?
I think so, right? But I hope she doesn't listen to this. Because now I gave her a sticker and everything, and she's like, she told me, like, "I'm going to be on your podcast one day." And I was like, "It's a conflict of interest. I don't know. Like, I don't, if she does do it, I'll tell you, no, I don't know." So, but that's not bad. I mean, have you done worse things for women?
Oh yeah, I was with a girl that was pregnant with her ex-boyfriend's baby.
Wait. How did this happen? Tell me about this story.
This was my first girlfriend that I ever
had.
had.
How old were you?
21.
Okay, you were 21. So you guys have already been dating?
No, I met this girl, and then 2 weeks into dating her, she took a pregnancy test. And I guess the last time she had sex with her ex-boyfriend, he got her pregnant. So then that was my life for like 9 months.
She was hot, right?
Yeah.
How hot
And
was she?
it was also the first girl that had been into me, so she could have been like a troll, and I wouldn't have minded because I was just like, a girl's like really into me, so
Okay.
it's like whatever. But yeah, I was with her the whole time she was pregnant, and then and then it just got bad.
You guys are
from there.
together now?
No, no, the baby died. Like the baby died. So the first person I had sex with, a baby died. And that's been like the thesis of my relationships ever since.
Did she have a miscarriage or did
No, she had a heart defect and went to the Cleveland Clinic and was born, was survived for like a month, and then she wanted to have another baby.
Were you together when the baby was born?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of had like a step kid for a month?
Yeah, and then I had to drive her ex-boyfriend home from the hospital. I was in a car with this guy.
Did you guys talk about anything?
We were talking about movies.
What movies?
I was like, "What's your favorite movie?" Just trying to make conversation, and he was like, "American History X." And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, that curb stomping scene's great." And I was like, "Why not?" Now I know her taste in men is not similar to mine. What?
That's a white dude?
Yeah, he's a white dude.
Okay, for people
Juggalo.
For people that don't know, American History X is a movie with Edward Norton where he's a white supremacist, right?
Yeah,
and
he missed the whole point of that movie, which was don't curb stomp.
Yeah.
And then he didn't know.
Yeah, so Edward Norton
He was confused.
tells an African American to bite the curb and then stomps the back of his head and kills him.
Yeah.
Goes to jail for that, comes back reformed and he's anti-racist.
Tries to make his brother not racist.
Yeah, his brother.
And this dude watched the whole movie, and it was just like the beginning scene was what it was all about.
Yeah, his favorite movie was Bite the Curve.
Yeah.
But funny fact about me, remember Edward Norton in that movie? He had some tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
He had a swastika on his chest.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I have a Mexican eagle in my mom's name, and I think my stupid dumb initials. And I also have my nickname is Lobo Den because my dad was Lobo. But remember on the back, what's his name? Edward Norton had those two dogs. My friends call them the racist dogs, but they were like rabid Rottweilers.
Yeah.
I got those, the same
Really?
dogs. Yeah.
Because of that movie.
Yeah. Well, this is what happened. So what happened was my first tattoo was supposed to be like this big and was supposed to be Lobo across my back, kind of like the Sublime dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get the quote in this place in, I think, Kenosha, right? Or Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. Because I think I couldn't get a tattoo in Illinois. I had to go across the border to be 18. I forgot. So then I go over there and we do a quote, whatever. It's supposed to say Lobo this big, like the Sublime dude. Across his back, and then I go back the next day and they're like, "All right, I'm ready," and they're like, "Oh no, it's gonna be this big," and I was like, "Well, we agreed to this price." I was like, "Well, if you want it, it's gonna be that much more money." They gave me the bait, and I was like, "Are you kidding?" But I got the tattoo out of spite because my parents sent my dog to Arizona because he was biting people. He was a Rottweiler,
Yeah.
and they're jealous, so they sent the dog away. And I'm mad. My parents hated tattoos, so I was like, I'm getting a tattoo, and I'm getting the dog's name. It was a spy tattoo. But in the moment, I felt like if I don't get that tattoo right now, I'm never getting a tattoo. So I was like, you know what? Like, I was angry. I was like, just do the fucking tattoo, right? And I've always had this stupid little Lobo mini tattoo. It's my own little fucking, not tramp stamp, but just my little shame stamp too. So I was like, I need to fill it out, right? I was like, so my idea was, get some dogs on whatever. So I Googled like Rottweilers or crazy. And when I Googled something like crazy Rottweilers or cool Rottweilers, one of the images that came up was there were Norton's dogs on the back of his thing. And I looked at him. I was like, I'm Mexican, right? I can pull this off. So I got the racist dogs from American History X on my back.
Oh, that's cool. That's weird that it's had Norton too, because I always liked his tattoo in Rounders with the ace up his sleeve. I don't know if you saw Rounders, the poker movie.
Is that with Ben?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, and Ed Norton.
Yeah.
So I liked an Ed Norton movie tattoo also, but I never got it.
Do you
I don't
have
think.
tattoos?
No, I don't think for some reason I don't think I could pull off tattoos.
No.
I don't think I
think
can
a
do
sleeve. I think you can pull it off.
it. I don't look badass enough to pull
Did
off
you have
tattoos.
Do you have any piercings or anything like that?
No, I don't have anything.
So then his favorite movie was American History X.
Yeah.
And then
They dropped him off. He was a terrible person.
Yeah.
But it's like, what am I going to do? Say no? I mean, I guess I could have, but
why?
I just, his daughter was sick, and I was like, and it was like an ordeal. And then afterwards, she wanted to have a baby because she lost a baby, and
then she was trying to get you to get her pregnant.
Yeah, and I was like, no, like I just like met you 9 months ago.
Oh.
I did, but I was like not. I was working at a discount movie theater, and her grandparents were like, they knew that I didn't want to have a kid because I was worried about the money.
A discount movie theater?
Yeah, I was worried. I worked at a discount movie theater in Niles, Ohio, for 9 years. But her grandparents were just like, there's like government programs you can get on. You don't need to. It was like her incentive for me to have a kid was like getting on welfare.
So the grandparents were on board with
They
you?
wanted me to have a kid with her. They wanted her to have they wanted us to have kids.
So were they Mexicans? What?
No, they just
wow.
They just really wanted to have grandkids.
Okay.
And she really wanted to have a kid.
How old was she?
And then it was just, she was...
You were 21, right?
I was 21. She was 19.
Okay.
So she just figured that's what she wanted to do. And she's married now with 3 kids. So she got what she wanted. And she's probably happy she didn't end up with me. So it worked out for her.
Why'd you guys break up?
Because we went to New York City. She was auditioning for a dance school. Yeah, to see the Yankees. No, she was auditioning for a dance school there.
Ooh, she could dance.
And she met some guy while we were on vacation and got his phone number. And then when we got back to Niles, she like packed her suitcase and she was like, I'm going to Connecticut to talk to this guy. And I had signed a year lease with her for this apartment. And then like she came back with the guy and like stayed in our apartment for like a couple days.
Wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, she brought the dude back from Connecticut into our apartment. I had to like pack up all the shit afterwards. I had to clean up they had like used condom wrappers I had to throw away.
Uh-huh.
Like Bud Light cans.
What kind of condoms were they?
It was like those like bear skin ones.
Oh, okay, yeah. So she had a
not the
sheepskin ones.
Not the bear BAR, but they were like
BRE.
They BA not the B not like Yogi.
No, BARE, bear skin by
not
Durex.
Yogi Bear, but yeah, bear skin, yeah, by Durex, yeah.
That's her
just
thin
throw
ones.
that shit away, and like I'd clean out the apartment. And even like her mom's boyfriend was just like, "This is your apartment. I probably would have left you too." And I was like, "Damn, okay." And then that was like awful.
So her dad wasn't around, right?
No, her dad was cool. Her dad's cool though. I met him. Like he's a cool guy.
Her parents were not
her
together?
parents liked me. No, her parents were divorced.
Okay, they had to be.
Yeah. And I think there was a thing where I was finding holes in the condoms when she wanted me to get her pregnant.
Uh-huh.
And she would say like, "Oh, Giant Eagle must have done it." Like she was like, "That must have been the store." And I was like, "No."
What color was her hair? Was she redhead?
She was blonde.
Okay.
Yeah. And but I know when they're about to be done with me because they get their hair color changed.
Oh, okay.
When I'm dating someone and their hair color changes, I'm like, "Oh, I'm next."
They usually do that post breakup. So with you, they do it before.
Well, they do it, but they do it before. I think to like that's my signal to just leave gracefully.
They're the signal to
They're
get.
just letting me know like things are changing.
And that always happens. Remember those chicks in Ohio? Remember that black dude? Those chicks were in the basement in Ohio. For
Oh
like,
yeah,
for
that
like 2
Charles
years,
Ramsey
right?
guy.
Charles Ramsey, he was like, man, what did he say? Something like, oh, like if she's going up to black dudes, something's going on wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
They were locked up in a basement by some I don't know, some Cuban or some whatever the hell he was. Let's go with Puerto Rican. I don't know, but they were in his basement. I remember I was at Jewel and I saw them on one of those news magazine things at Jewel at the grocery store. We have Jewel over here. I don't know what you have in Ohio. And then they got new haircuts. So even like it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you're in, even if like your relationship is with a rapist who has you locked up in your dungeon. After the breakup, you always get a new hairstyle. I don't know. What is your, I don't want to say predatory. Do you watch women online do you watch women that you want to maybe get at, and you watch them online and you look for the clues where like, oh, she's single now, right? When they start putting the selfies up, when they got their haircut, do you pay attention to these things?
No, I've only approached one woman about going out. I don't ask people out. I don't know how to do it.
Okay. You don't DM?
No. I mean, if people message me, I'll message back, but I've never initiated like contact with anybody.
Really?
No. Like I'll just I post statuses on Facebook, and then people will like message me and be like, that joke was funny, and then I'll talk to them.
Let's fuck.
But I'll talk to them, but I don't know how to like talk to people, so I just don't do it.
Okay.
I don't even hang out really after shows because just being around people makes me nervous.
Yeah, I don't like hanging out after shows.
So, and then when people, it's weird because when people like me for my jokes, they think that that's how I am like off stage too.
Uh-huh.
But then when I'm off stage, because I'm pretty confident on stage because I've been doing it for so long.
Uh-huh.
And then when I'm off stage, I'm just like, I don't know. And they're like, you're a pussy actually. And then they don't like me. But I for a little bit, they're like, you're cool. I like your jokes. And then it wears off.
Okay. Do you drink?
No.
No. Have you drank before?
Well, I do drink sometimes. Like I'll have maybe a beer or two before I go on stage, but I don't really like the taste of beer.
What
I
about
smoke
whiskey?
No.
You smoke marijuana?
I smoke weed, yeah.
A lot?
Not a lot, not as much as I should probably.
Okay.
'Cause I still get the anxiety, but if I smoked a little bit, I might not.
Dude, I just discovered something. So I'm a bitch, right? With what comes to marijuana, I don't like getting high. I get scared, and I don't. Whatever. And my friend has a bunch of. He had CBD weed, right? He got stuck with somebody fucking sold him CBD weed. He was complaining about it, and I was like, because he was like, come on, let's get high. I got this really good weed. I was like, no, and I was like, do you still have that CBD stuff you were talking? Like, yeah. So I packed a bowl and I smoked a bunch of CBD weed. And I think it was perfect for me, dude, because he's yelling at me. He's like, I don't respect you. You're a bitch. But, dude, I think it's my new thing because I get to smoke, and I like smoking. Like, I like the bowl pack, and I just get like a light little high, and I was just there in front of my computer and it's perfect for me. But no, do you smoke specific, like strong things?
I don't have a preference. I know like one person that sells it, so that's who I get it from in Ohio. But
it's not
he
legal
could be
in Ohio yet?
he could be selling me oregano. I wouldn't even know. It's like a placebo high. I feel like I could. I don't know enough about weed. I'm just, if he's listening, you could sell me kitchen spices, and I wouldn't even know. So, but I don't have a preference. I don't even know enough about weed to like be picky about it.
But you've never done it. What are so just weed and DMT are the drugs you've done?
Weed, DMT, and
Budweiser,
and Mike's Harder Lemonade.
Oh, Mike's Harder Lemonade.
Yeah.
Women drink that. That's sometimes a planet. What's so bad about James? What's so bad about the tomato throw show? People are complaining online today that there's a
the tomato.
What's
throw,
the format of the show really?
So it's like a regular showcase, but like you get 4 minutes.
Okay.
And the audience gets to throw tomatoes at you, and whoever gets the most
at any time or at the end.
I mean, like they're supposed to wait until you suck. Like you have to suck to
Okay.
get tomatoes, and whoever
Is
gets,
that usually the case?
no, they kind of make their own fucking rules up as they go. Like, but like if you tell an offensive joke or whatever, you get a lot. But like whoever gets the most tomatoes loses. This is how I set it up.
Okay.
If you get the most tomatoes, you lose. And if you get the least, you win. You get to be the champion. You get to come back next week and defend your title.
Okay.
And then whoever wins gets the most money. Whoever loses gets the second most money, and then everyone else gets like.
And people get money.
Everyone gets paid.
Dude, that's way better than a fucking Zoom show. Why were you defending Zoom shows online, Jay? Were you defending Zoom shows? Is that
No.
what I saw?
No,
Oh, okay. I thought you saw your comment say you were.
Zoom shows are fine.
Are they?
They're fine is like a 4 out of 10. Yeah, they're fine.
Okay, I mean,
Tomato
it's
Throw Show is like a 7.
to me, the Zoom show, it's like if the Zoom show is keeping you from taking a next step and taking your life, go ahead and do it. But aside from that, like I don't
I don't know how to, like, if I don't hear laughter, it doesn't feel like I'm even doing anything.
But you were at least at a bowling alley. You were at a place. These shows, everybody's sitting in they're sitting down, they're on their couch. It's this conference call, and you're doing stand up sitting on your computer. It's stand up. You're sitting. I don't know. We're not all. I don't know. It was weird. I did it for a lady who I'm never gonna holler at because she's a comedian, and I don't know. I don't know what to do in my life.
It's just Zoom shows, I guess. That's all you can do from now on.
But yeah, if I have my friends that do Zoom shows and things like that, I don't care.
Is Navigator still even open? I didn't walk by it.
They were barbecuing something today, unless that was a place in Kenosha. No, they had a pig like 2 weeks ago. They had a pig and they grill it out. Yeah, they had it. I don't know. But what are your plans after this?
After this show?
After this COVID.
After the COVID.
If it comes back, if comedy comes back normal after we all fucking
I don't know. I'll try
take the vaccine made out of Bill Gates' cum or whatever is going on.
Yeah. We're all gonna suck Bill Gates' dick. It'll be fun.
Yeah, dude. Let's go.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably just focus on comedy, and I don't even really care what I'm doing at this point. I just am tired of living in Ohio, so I just need a change of scenery.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll try harder. When I first got here in 2018, I did I think 16 shows in like a month, which was a record for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just tapered off. Like I would host Navigator from time to time, but I didn't take it nearly as seriously as I probably should have. So now, if it does come back, I'll be like, fuck,
you ready?
I need to like do it more now. Yeah, I'll probably try harder.
Do you need a ride?
Yeah.
I'll give you a ride.
A ride to what, shows?
So after this, do you need a ride?
Yeah, I could use a ride. Yeah.
I got you, dude. I got you. I have a new car. All right. So you got any plugs?
Hair plug? No. Hey, what plugs?
Do you even have an Instagram? I tried to look you up today.
I don't have an Instagram or a Twitter.
Okay.
I'm trying to be the only comic to get successful without a social media presence, and that's not going to work.
Do you have a TikTok?
I don't have a TikTok either.
No, that's fine.
I don't even have a Vine yet.
Vine's done, right?
The Vine's done, yeah.
Vine's been done.
Yeah,
It's been done. I don't have anything.
Yeah,
I
remember-
have a Facebook. That's it.
That's it, right? Are you gonna change that approach a little bit? You feel
Yeah,
like
I gotta do some. I gotta get a Twitter at least. I feel like Instagram. I don't know how that works. I don't really know what like pictures. You just take pictures and say things about the picture.
Right. What the fuck do I do?
Instagram is.
I'll look
I just
in
don't know how to do it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not good at taking pictures. I would probably do Twitter and then Facebook, and that's it.
Twitter and Facebook, pictures. Wait, so it's Tim Wolfe, TIMWOLFE.
Yeah, TIMWOLFE.
You don't have an Instagram. All right.
Nope.
There's a line that Bill Cosby told Godfrey. He's like, it's show business. I know it's Bill Cosby, not the best person to bring up right now, but besides the serial raping, he was successful besides that stuff.
Yeah, besides that.
Yeah, that was kind of a stain in his career. But he did say, show business. I forgot the rest of the line. But something about business, right? So there's a balance to it. You know what I mean? Like, it all feels gross. Do you feel gross promoting yourself and things like that?
Yeah.
I'm going to help do this for you. So I'm going to help promote. Because, Tim, I really do think you're really funny. I love seeing you on Facebook. I would love at fucking Navigator. I sit there. I'd fucking die laughing. Even some of the people didn't laugh at some of the jokes. But they were so, I don't know. To me, they were very, I don't want to say genius. But kind of. Some of them were like there, and they're really funny, and then off, and then, like, right now, talking about it makes me kind of do coke. You know what I mean? When I get excited, I want to do cocaine. When I'm happy,
Yeah.
do I have any on me? I don't know, but don't let that judge your ride. It's gonna be fine. We won't get arrested, and then I'll take the blame for it. But all right, my plugs are gonna be follow my Instagram, the Lobo Den Podcast. We're gonna put up your picture, and I can't tag you because
I don't have anything.
you're acting like Gerard Carmichael a few years ago. But
What was that? What did he do?
he was very off of social media. Or is he gay? Did he come out? Is he gay?
I don't know.
Tim Dillon's gay. Did you know Tim Dillon was gay?
Of course
I had no idea. I just found out
Dillon's
like
gay.
a week ago.
Hell yeah.
Boy, he's gay?
I had no idea, dude.
I didn't know that.
What a fucking cool ass gay dude. He's my favorite gay. Think who's a better gay than him?
Nobody.
Exactly. Best gay in the business, Tim Dillon. Best comedian from Ohio that's now in Chicago. Come to Chicago and go Tim Wolfe for Shirtless Friday. And then follow the Lobo Den Podcast on Instagram, the Lobo Den Podcast. Do I have any other subscribe? Nobody's rating my shit. Can you rate it? I'll read your rating. I'll send you stickers.
Rated highly.
Like on the iTunes things or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like go to it and rating. That's the only rating that matters, the iTunes one?
They all matter.
Okay, I don't know how
All
to do
ratings matter.
All ratings matter. All ratings. I just you seen that picture of the black dude with the white was it White Lives Matter? And then
Oh yeah, and if this is racist, then so is BLM, yeah.
And then there's the white chick. She's wearing a Black Lives Matter, and they have a kid together, and it says All Lives Matter.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I screenshot it and I sent it to my group message with my friend because he's kind of black and his baby mama's white, and I was like, "That's you and your girl." But I thought it was pretty funny.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Can we pull it up? No. How do you Google it?
It'll take a minute.
It'll take a minute. Let me see if I have any plug any of my notes. I'm gonna wait for it. Plug any shows. Oh, I think I'm going to plug the studio because, look, James got these new SMB7 microphones, so now this is the ones, he has these new stands. You know, these are the ones Joe Rogan has. These are dynamic.
Really cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. Here we go. All right, 6 reasons All Lives Matter doesn't work.
I'm not going to find it.
Put black and white.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, you know who had it up? Do you follow Dinesh D'Souza?
I don't know who that is.
Come that the guy Indian dude got arrested, conservative. Dinesh D'Souza. On Instagram. There he is. Yeah, that guy. Go to his Instagram.
I cannot believe we're going this far for a fucking meme.
You type.
Here we go. All right, hold on.
Oh, even Vincent Bryan, he pulled it up too.
There it is.
There it
It's
is.
the first
Look
one.
at it. It's the first one. Did you see this one?
Look at
Okay,
that.
here we go. Let me describe it. People that are not on YouTube. White Lives Matter. Wait, that's spelled right? Yeah. Black dude, White Lives Matter. Ball. I like his head. I want to touch it. White lady. Vincent Bryan attacked her knees, saying they look like sonograms. If you zoom in, that's what Vincent Bryan.
Oh yeah, they do. That's creepy.
Scooping her knees. They kind of look like sonograms of the baby, right? Okay, there they are. And we have a little white child that's, I don't know if that's his kid, maybe a step kid. You had a step kid for a month that has all White Lives Matter. So James Webb, if you hit him up, if you want to record his awesome studio.
Thank you for
plugging
me right after that picture.
Oh, my bad. And all the
that.
Biden, let's see, Biden Thoughts. What's Biden Thoughts? I'm going to follow them, Biden Thoughts. I'm going to follow them on Instagram, follow Biden Thoughts. And do you know anything I'm forgetting?
No.
All right, Smoke DMT. Thank you.
DMT.
What's their first post?
Hold on, let me pull it up
Right now
for
we're gonna
people.
follow Biden Thoughts. It's an Instagram page that we just found out when we
Probably.
went. Thank you.
All right, that's pretty good.
Be present one day when I was 6 at a blue PMX.
All right.
Okay. Lobo Den.
Lobo Den.